Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another comparison slash review video. Today's comparison is gonna be between two cameras. So this camera here, this is my new Canon Rebel SL2. I'm really happy with it, but wondering, did I spend too much? This was a $700 camera. And next to it, where we're gonna be reviewing the Wimius, what I'm calling FoPro. It is a fake GoPro. It's like an off-brand version, but it was $50. So did I spend money on this that I shouldn't have, or should I just have used this all the time? That's what we're gonna find out today. Stay tuned. All right, so to start off with, we're gonna be doing a walking test with both and walk and talk, right? So this is the Canon Rebel SL2. I'm out at Coulon Beach again, where we did our Pokemon Go vlog. You can see that up there. And we're just gonna check out what it's like to walk with both and talk with both. First off, I'll tell you one thing. This one's a lot lighter. This camera is heavy to carry around, but you know, that's what you get for better quality, I hope. We'll see, I guess. The microphones will definitely sound different. This is a Rode mic on this camera, and this one there's no way to put in an external microphone, so it's just going to be the internal. But all right, let's switch over. All right guys, so this is the Wimius FoPro. It's a $50 camera, onboard mics. I've heard it before, I'm sorry, I know it's not that great. I also can't frame the shot really well because there's nothing to see on the front, so hopefully it's okay. This is what you're getting for $50 though, so if this looks good to you guys, you might not need this thing. So yeah, we're out at Coulon Beach and I'm gonna do some different tests. So, you know, this one's, like I said, the walking test. We'll have a stable shot looking out over the water. Yeah, see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think about this test in the comments down below. And if you like this comparison, maybe give me a like. That'd be cool. All right, so both of these cameras actually can take pictures. Weird, I know. So here's a little sample of what they both look like side by side. Okay, so that was what the images look like between the two. That's just one example. Of course, better lighting can change things. It might put this one closer to the SL2, or I don't know, actually. I haven't seen what that picture looks like comparatively. They could be very similar, but this one is a 16 megapixel camera. The one I'm shooting on, the SL2, is a 24.2 megapixel camera. So I'm assuming this should be better. You never really know though. Depends on lighting, depends on, and this is all on auto, by the way. I didn't set up anything. This is on auto, this is on auto. Everything else, just as is. So anyways, now I'm gonna turn these things around and just take a little bit of it won't be a time lapse, but I'll speed up the footage and you guys will see how well they handle wind and whatnot like that. But I'm gonna set it up right here. And we'll see how that goes. Alright, now this is going to be the autofocus test. This is, again, we're on the Wimius right now, the FoPro. Now this one doesn't claim to have any special kind of autofocus. This one is a dual pixel autofocus. I was told to get this one because of the autofocus, so this might not be a fair one, but again, we're just testing everything. So we're going to jump right into it. All right, so I obviously can't tell from here fully because the screen size on this thing is super tiny, but it looks to me like this one's probably the winner. I'll let you know at the end of the video where I go over which one I think is the obvious choice for both, okay? So next, we're actually gonna go do some slow motion. Both of these can do slow motion. This one records in 1080p, 60 frames for slow motion. I believe this one does the same. So let's go check it out. All right, so that was a slow motion test. I was wrong, by the way, earlier. This one cannot do slow motion, but it can be slowed down in post-editing, which is what would be done right there. That would cut it to 1080p 30 frames, while this one is still at 60. I would also like to add, this camera can only record in 1080p 60 frames per second, or 30 frames, or of course all the lowered. This one can record in 4K 30, but I figured let's make it even, 1080p 60 on both. Plus, I've seen a 4K 30, it's actually not that great. I will give you a sample right now. All right, so this is the 4K 30 frames per second on the Wimius FoPro. It looks okay. I think the 60 is a little sharper and trying to make it a little more even, but if you think this one's better, let me know in the comments. So the last and possibly most important thing we're gonna talk about now is ease of use and practicality. So, depending on what you're doing, they have different things, but a couple of things are universal. So, I'm too low. The first thing is, this is much lighter. Much lighter. You could throw this in your pocket and be fine. And honestly, because it is meant to be an action cam, it comes with all the accessories that would go with that action cam. You have your waterproof casing, all that stuff. Sorry about the airplane noise, there's an airport right next to me. Well, it's actually Boeing, but you know. So, but let's say you're going out for a vlog. This has no external microphone. It's gonna be a little bit worse than this. Do you wanna lug this thing around all the time? Probably not, honestly. This one, again, pocket. It's, you know, but this one, SO2, it has a touchscreen interface, you know? That's super handy. This one's no touchscreen. It does have a back panel. It's tiny though, really tiny, and it's not touchscreen. So you gotta ask yourself what is more important to you. The ease of use, this guy, because this one has like 7 different settings, that's it, 7. The SO2 has like a billion. I'm still getting used to it. So you can do way more with this, obviously, that's why you pay more, but this one's just so easy to pick up and go. That's an answer that you gotta ask yourself and figure out, you know. Okay, all right, I was wrong. That wasn't the last thing. There's one other thing. Let's zoom. This one can do it because it's got a kit lens. It's got the 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens. It can zoom. This one can't. This one, if you want to zoom in on something, you're gonna have to do it, you know, in the editing process, and that'll make it the image much more, you know, meh. You can't even zoom. You can't even try to zoom. There's no buttons to make it zoom. It's just as it is. So I mean, if you're trying to get a good image while you're recording, you can adjust that with this camera easily. I just showed you. You can't do that with this. So anyways, all right, so we're actually gonna leave Coulon and head back to the house and give you my final thoughts after editing and looking at everything. We'll see which one is better, you know? I'll give you my opinion, and then I'd love to hear what your guys' is in the comments. All right, guys, so here we are back at the office, at the studio. And after reviewing the footage, This one isn't very good. I won't lie to you guys. I've only used this one time with the 4K settings, and I was not that impressed. But I figured going down to 1080p might fix that issue. No, not really. It's a really grainy image. 4K was actually even a little bit better, honestly, than 1080p. But look, this is $50. What are you gonna expect? It's $50, and honestly, if you're gonna just use it for the action cam part of it, it's actually pretty good. You know, underwater, that wouldn't even be that bad. If you're looking for a budget option, look no further than your cell phone. Honestly, I've been using my cell phone for the last, almost year for this channel, and nothing but my cell phone. And I've had nobody complain about the cell phone, so that's what I'm thinking in my mind. If you are confused and you want to see the difference between the cell phone and this one, I'm going to give that to you in 3, 2, 1. So yeah, this is an iPhone 7 Plus front-facing camera. This isn't even a back. And you can see this is much closer to the quality of a DSLR than this guy. So, $50 camera versus $700 camera. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah, yeah.